All right, everybody, welcome back. You're joining us for a deep dive into the world of Nintendo Switch games.
The best ones.
The top-rated ones for 2024.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going full Blinkist on you today, breaking down a list from Histransform, and we're going to uncover what makes these games so special.
Yeah.
Whether you're like hardcore into gaming or just kind of curious what's out there, we've got you covered.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff on here.
There is.
A good variety.
Yeah. Shall we start with some familiar names?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so we've got Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door,
Classics.
Bringing Back the Magic,
Yeah.
remakes, reboots, always a hit. Why do you think these franchises they keep pulling people back in?
I think it's nostalgia, you know? Like, there's just something about them that takes us back to maybe like a simpler time in gaming.
Yeah.
You know, and like you get to relive those memories. But then also, like with Prince of Persia, a good reboot doesn't just like rely on that nostalgia, right?
Right.
It takes what you love.
Yeah.
And then it adds like a modern twist.
Oh, yeah. What kind of twist are we testing?
So you're still going to have all that platforming action, you know, that you loved.
Right.
But they're adding some time bending mechanics, which I think is going to be really interesting.
Oh, my God.
You know, like imagine...
It's messing with time.
It is. It's going to mess with your head a little bit.
I love that.
Like you have to rewind time to like avoid a trap or, you know, fast forward to see the consequences before you do something.
Oh, my God.
I think it's going to add like a whole new level of strategy to the game.
Totally. And Paper Mario, oh gosh.
Right.
It's like known for its humor.
So funny.
That charm. Like, is that something that appeals to a very specific type of player?
You know, it's funny because it is like lighthearted and whimsical and silly.
Right.
But I think the humor is actually really clever.
Okay.
It kind of like subverts the typical RPG tropes. So you're still, you know, exploring good versus evil, but it's like with a wink and a smile. So I think you don't have to be like a diehard RPG fan to enjoy it. It's like it's like a Saturday morning cartoon.
That's a good way to put it.
You know, just like pure joy and entertainment.
So we've got action-packed nostalgia. We've got side-splitting humor. What about strategy and fantasy?
Oh, yeah.
How does that sound?
I love a good strategy game.
All right, so Unicorn Overlord.
Yes.
Tell me what's going on here. What is it about tactical RPGs that pull people in?
I think it's that combination of strategic thinking and then the storytelling.
Okay.
You know, it's like chess,
Okay.
but with way more personality.
All right, I like that.
You're not just moving pieces around a board.
Yeah.
You're commanding a squad of characters.
Okay.
Each of them has their own like strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
And they have backstories.
Oh, cool.
It's almost like you're like conducting an orchestra.
Wow.
You know, and each musician's playing a role to make this beautiful symphony.
Oh my God, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
All right, so you're not just playing a game, you're like building a story, you're crafting this whole world. And Unicorn Overlord, it looks like it's going even further with its visuals.
Yeah.
Hand-drawn.
The art style's beautiful.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's like playing a work of art.
Yeah, it's going to be immersive.
Totally.
Like you're right there in the world.
All right, so shifting gears a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk Animal Well.
Right.
This is what some might call an indie darling.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, what does that even mean, an indie game?
So an indie game is basically like a game made with passion.
Okay.
It's usually free from the constraints of like a big studio.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like the developers, they pour their heart and soul into these games.
Yeah.
And it's usually like innovative gameplay or experimental art.
Yeah.
Really unique stories.
Yeah.
And Animal Well is a perfect example of that.
Okay.
It's got this eerie, pixelated world.
Oh,
It's kind of like a fever dream.
I like that.
But it's exploration, and it's also like puzzle solving.
Nice.
It'll keep you on your toes.
So it's a game that kind of stays with you
Yeah,
after you put it down.
definitely.
Okay, so speaking of games that stay with you,
Yes.
Neva,
Oh, yeah.
powerful storytelling, emotional depth,
It's a good one?
and it seems like more and more games are kind of tapping into this space,
Yeah, they are.
like mature themes, complex emotions.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because gaming is evolving
Okay.
as a storytelling medium. You know, we're moving beyond just like rescuing the princess or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like now we're getting into like human relationships and loss and, you know, like personal growth.
Yeah.
And Neva does that beautifully
Oh.
with like the art style and the characters.
Yeah.
It really makes you care about what's happening.
It's like a form of art.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It really is. Like you can have powerful emotions from playing these games now.
Yeah.
And make you think about things
Totally.
in different ways.
Okay, let's talk about a blast from the past.
Oh, yes.
The Castlevania Dominus collection.
Very cool.
Who doesn't love a good vampire hunt?
Yeah.
But really, like, what is it about these retro games that keep them going?
They just tap right into that nostalgia, you know, like those pixelated graphics, the chiptune soundtracks, that like satisfaction of beating a really hard level.
It takes you back.
It takes you back.
To your childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this collection is really cool because it's introducing these games to a whole new generation.
Totally, a whole new audience.
Of gamers who've never seen this before.
Yeah, who maybe weren't even born when these came out.
Totally. All right, I gotta ask about Laurele and the Laser Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
This puzzle game
Yeah, that one's interesting.
seems to be in a league of its own.
It does, yeah.
What do you think makes a good puzzle game?
So a good puzzle game. It's got to challenge you, make you think outside the box.
Yeah.
And then when you finally like solve it, you get that like aha moment.
Yes.
And Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, it's got this really surreal world
I love that.
and like really creative puzzles.
Nice.
So it's not just about solving them.
Yeah.
It's about like exploring this world.
Cool.
And that's just bizarre and wonderful.
It's like a brain teaser wrapped in an art piece.
Yes, exactly.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
All right, what about visual novels?
Okay.
Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon.
Yeah.
What are we even talking about here for people who don't know?
So a visual novel is kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
Okay.
But you add in like really cool art and music.
Okay.
And the story changes based on what you decide to do.
Cool.
So it's like you're playing a role in an interactive story.
Yeah.
And your choices actually matter.
Wow.
They affect what happens to the characters and like how the whole plot plays out.
Oh, that's really cool.
And Tsukihime is known for having a really in-depth story.
Mm-hmm.
And there are like a bunch of different paths you can take.
Oh, wow.
And endings you can get.
So you could play it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
And have a different experience.
For sure.
That's awesome.
It's a really cool genre.
It is. I've never actually done a visual novel.
You should check it out.
I will add it to the list.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course the game everyone's been waiting for.
Yes.
The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh, man.
A new Zelda game. It's like a major event.
It is a big deal.
What is it about this series?
I think it's the adventures.
Yeah.
You know, like they're always epic. The characters are so memorable.
Yeah, you always remember the character.
And the worlds are just beautiful.
They are stunning.
Yeah.
So for Echoes of Wisdom specifically, what can you tell us about it that has everyone so excited?
So this one is like a vast open world.
Yeah.
That really encourages you to just explore and discover things.
So it's not like super linear.
It's not like you're on a track.
You can go wherever you want.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's really
Yeah, it's like this giant puzzle box.
Oh.
And it's just filled with secrets and challenges.
That's awesome.
And beautiful scenery.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's the classic Zelda formula. But it's like they cranked it up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they always find a way.
They do.
To just make it better and better.
Every time.
That's amazing.
It's impressive.
It is.
Really is.
Well, that's quite a lineup.
It is a good list.
I mean, we've got everything.
Yeah.
Nostalgic throwbacks, puzzle games.
Yeah.
Stories that'll like stick with you.
Totally.
Make you think about life.
For sure.
It's clear there's a game out there for everybody.
Yeah. Anyone can find something they like.
What are you most excited for?
Oh, man. It's hard to pick just one.
Tell us what games you're adding to your list.
But you know what I think is really fascinating is how these games are becoming so much more than just games.
Yeah.
You know, like Neva and Tsukihime.
Right.
Like they're becoming like these really sophisticated stories. And they explore these really like deep emotions.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's powerful. And it makes you wonder, like, what else can games do?
That's a great question.
What other stories are out there?
What other boundaries can we put?
Yeah, like what experiences haven't we even thought of yet?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty exciting.
That is exciting.
To think about the future of gaming.
It's bright. It is. It is very bright.
All right, well, on that note,
we're
going to wrap up here.
Sounds good.
But keep that question in mind.
Yeah, think about it.
What other boundaries can games push?
What are we going to see in the future?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
All right, see you next time.